Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to be talking you through some of my favourite zero waste shops in London, some cafes that also have some bulk sections, and then also just some more mainstream but not quite supermarket level shops that also have a bulk section. Hopefully this will be helpful if you are visiting London, you've just moved to London, or if you've lived there for a while but you actually just don't know how much you have available to you in this city. And hopefully I'll be able to expand these videos and do different cities in the UK, and then hopefully even further than that as well. So if you find this useful, please give it a thumbs up because it really does support my channel and, you know, sharing this sustainable message. So also grab a cup of tea and then let's just get straight into the video. So today's video is actually sponsored by Grinbag, and we're going to be doing a Grinbag giveaway at the end of this video. I'll be giving you all the descriptions and everything that you need to do to win the bag. And what's really great is that this one is you get to choose whatever bag, whatever colour you want. You just have to follow the code and the link in the description below. Guys, it's not a good start. Anyway, let's get into this video. Okay, so I'm just going to use my phone as well just so I can, you know, make sure I do not forget any. But if we first want to talk about some of the actual zero waste shops that are 100% zero waste, and they all really opened in an attempt to be more sustainable, help people be more sustainable, and because they all had a really strong passion for plastic-free living, etc. And what I was pretty stunned about when I was researching other shops that I hadn't heard of is actually just how many shops there are available in London now. Now, I don't know how accessible they are because they might be very small, they might not be, say, wheelchair friendly, they might also still be quite expensive, but hopefully there will be a few that are much differing in prices, and hopefully also just the fact that there are so many of them now becoming very popular in London in particular, that it will drive prices down and ensure that actually it's more affordable for everyone. So the first one I want to talk about, which is one of the very first zero waste shops in London, is Hetty. And I've been to Hetty quite a few times. It's in Clapham Junction, it's on, I think it's St John's Hill, and they also have a really nice coffee shop near there, so it's quite a nice place to go if you have not a lot of time, but if you go there, say on a Sunday morning because you have to trek there or whatever, it's kind of a nice area that you can grab a cup of tea as well, or coffee. But I really love Hetty. Laura is an amazing woman. She basically moved back from Australia so that she could basically start this zero waste shop because she found it pretty easy to live plastic free in the area that she lived in the state that she lived in Australia. And she wanted to be able to bring what she'd learnt there home and basically ensure that she can share. And some of the great things that are available there are lots and lots of bulk items. You can also buy some zero waste things like containers or whatever if you actually need them, and you can also get things like vegan cheese, tofu in glass jars, lots of really amazing things, and she's always trying to add stuff there as well. She also had lots of refillable items like maple syrup and washing up liquid, distilled vinegar, all that kind of stuff, and she's also really great. So Hetty was my first on my list. The second, as we move more southeast, there are actually two in southeast, well actually there are four that I know of in southeast, kind of nearish around me. In Peckham you've got We Gather, which is actually a social enterprise, so they are trying to help their community because, as I said before, sometimes the prices can be inaccessible, but also at the same time they're trying to use that profit to drive help and spread wealth within their community, which I think is really cool. They also are really interested in working with lots of social enterprises as well. So for example, they have Old Spike coffee beans, and Old Spike is in itself a social enterprise and non-profit that help those who are affected by homelessness. So it's really nice to see other companies sort of supporting one another who are also therefore supporting the community. You've also got Two Girls Cafe, which is essentially just a cafe with a tiny bulk section, but at least it has something there, which is pretty cool. And then if you move over to Nunhead, we've got BYO Nunhead, which is a really lovely little space, but they've managed to cram a lot of stuff into that small space, which is really cool. And they've got loads of things in there, and oils and shampoos and conditioners, and lots of really amazing dried bulk stuff as well. Let me just get out my notes so I don't forget any. Oh yeah, and if we move to Crystal Palace, there are actually two in Crystal Palace. You've got one tiny one that's kind of a pop-up that I'll put the name on the screen just so that you know what it is and I don't forget. And that's a pop-up that comes up every Saturday, I think, for several hours. And then new one that I've only just discovered is called Roots and Cycles, which is really cool. let me see if I can find it on here. Roots and Cycles. And it says, with a focus on health and well-being and reusables, Roots and Cycles offer an expanding selection of kitchen and bathroom essentials. So they mostly focus on refillables that you can use for like wellness and beauty and shampoo and things like that. So they're a really good option that specialise in things just like that. And then if we move to Forest Hill, there's one that I discovered recently called Beetroot and Beans, I think. And they're a lovely shop. They've got so many things in there, which is really cool. They've got all these massive bulk bins, and they also have the arty vegan cheeses as well, which are amazing. And they've got loads of canned items as well. So they try to make their shop quite accessible because they're quite zero waste, but then they also have packaging that is very much recyclable, especially in London in most councils where cans are one of the most widely recycled thing in the UK, in fact. If we move over back to sort of southwest, we've got another BYO in Tooting, and again a lovely little store. It's very much like, what I love about the zero waste shops in London is that pretty much everyone talks to each other and they help each other to build up their store and make the right decisions. And sometimes actually, Laura was telling me from Hetty that they order together in some respects if they live or they work close enough so that they can make sure that they're getting the best amount for the best price and the best packaging. Because a lot of people think when it comes to zero waste that they probably just buy stuff in awful packaging and then just put it in reusable containers and stuff like that. But if you look on their Instagram, a lot of them are incredibly transparent, and especially with Hetty, she'll go on Instagram and she'll say, I can only get this item in a huge plastic bag, do you still want me to stock it? Or she'll say, I've managed to find this thing in just completely amazing recyclable packaging that I can also take back to the producer, which is amazing. And so she's incredibly transparent and shares that with her audience, which I think is really important because those are the questions that often come up when I ever post about zero waste shops or things like that. So it's pretty amazing to see. Also around southwest, you've got Jar, which is relatively new in Herne Hill, and then you've also got the Naked Larder in Herne Hill. Jar is a really lovely tiny shop on Half Moon Lane, quite near Herne Hill Station and Brockwell Park. And then the Naked Larder I think is slightly different. I think what you do is you order online and you go and collect it, and they kind of put everything together for you, so it's more of a kind of click and collect kind of scheme going there rather than a shop. And they also have a little shop called Seasons is it Seasons? Maybe I'm getting that wrong. But those two are the ones that are in Herne Hill, so they're pretty amazing to have two shops right next to it, or not right next to it, but very close within each other that are offering, you know, bulk and zero waste items for people, which is amazing. Obviously you can tell I am a South London dweller, so I don't know as much about North London, but I went on to Useless London, and they have a wonderful kind of whole page of illustrations of each different zero waste shop in London, and I came across some really, really amazing ones. So you've got Clapham Common, and that's in Clapham Common, so again southwest, but worth noting, this is what's really great, is that it's an eco-style cafe. So you have a cafe which also has a whole bulk section, which is pretty amazing. That kind of becomes a theme. So if we move over to East London, I think Motherworks, they have one, amazing vegan food, but two, they also have a really small section where you can buy some bulk items. And I really love the fact that you can get stuff from these cafes that you're going to who are already vegan or sustainably minded, and they're adding in this bulk section they're adding in this bulk section to enable you to pick up a few things if you need to while you are there. Which takes me up to Hackney, Hackney and Clapton, there seems to be quite a few. So you've got Bulk Market, which was the first zero waste shop in London, which was actually in Dalston, but now it's moved up to Hackney. They're fully, you know, sustainable, zero waste, etc. And then also up there, where is it? And then you've got Greener Habits in Lower Clapton. So if you live up there, you've got two really great options because Hackney's really actually surprisingly big. So if you are living more Clapton area, then this is definitely a good option for you. And Greener Habits is a very, very, very new shop. My friend Tally actually works there and she loves it. She loves everything about it, which is really cool. Which leads me on to Harmless store. Harmless has been around for a while as well. Where is Harmless? I can't quite remember where it is, but it is North London, maybe even N22. But I will put everything in the description below, so don't worry about that. And if we move over to West London, more Richmond area, you've got Eco Refill Pantry, and the description here says environmentally sound, community focused and fairly priced. 3 things that are at the heart of Born from Necessity, a zero waste venture helping Londoners shop differently and educate the younger generation on the importance of going plastic free. So yeah, I think it's called Born from Necessity, and then it just has Eco Refill Pantry on their shop outside. So it's really great to hear that on here it says that it is fairly priced, because that's, again, price is one of the pain points, as well as time, distance, carrying, you know, having the ability to carry all those things, and then again, whether it's accessible by wheelchair, etc. So zero waste shops do tend to be quite narrow, so with planning, you might have to ask someone to help you, but that's why the Naked Larder in Herne Hill could be a good option, because you can order online. Again, I'll put all of the information down below, but those are just some things to kind of consider. And one of the other ones that I came across, which sounds like a really great idea, which is North London in Kentish Town, is, what's it called? Oh, it's called Farewell, and it's an initiative to help people reduce their plastic consumption in everyday life by bringing the products to you. Charlie, the converted milk float, is the latest zero-waste shop on wheels, currently operating in a catchment area between Tufnell Park, Dartmouth Park, Kentish Town, Hilldrop and Caledonian. So it's pretty amazing that you also have this kind of on wheels bus that goes around and helps you with your zero waste shopping in that catchment area anyway. So it's just really cool to see all these ingenious and innovative ideas coming through, which is awesome. Caterham, not so much. I don't know if Caterham counts as London, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because if you guys are watching this and you live in Caterham, then Pedrick's Zero Waste Shop is another really good option. Abigail Pedrick is the owner and the founder of Caterham's new zero waste shop. With the aim of helping customers to reduce their single-use packaging waste, Pedrick's mission is to offer plastic-free alternatives, as well as stocking produce from local suppliers and ethical sources. So that's really important, you know, not only getting stuff that you can sell package free, but also ensuring that you are supporting ethical brands and sustainable products, not just kind of turning Sainsbury's into a zero waste shop, which is obviously really, really important. Now, I know I've definitely missed some out here, but all of those predominantly are zero waste shops or cafes with a zero waste area. Then you have other ones like the Source Bulk Foods, which, yes, it is a zero waste shop, but it's also a chain that came over from Australia. So I know that they are dedicated to plastic-free living, but because they are a chain, I do have some questions around, you know, what their stuff comes in, the fact that they probably have profit margins that they want to achieve, so they are probably more likely to be selling lots of products that they want to make a profit on type thing. Maybe I'm just being very skeptical and very negative, but the Source do have lots around. They've got one in Battersea, they've got one in Chiswick, and if they are your only option, obviously that is wonderful and that's really great. Maybe I'm just being incredibly pessimistic and negative, but either way, I hope you guys use them if they're affordable to you, because I do find that their stuff, when I visited the one in Chiswick in particular, was a little bit more pricey than I was used to. And then you also have things like Nature as Nature Intended, and which there's now a new one in East Dulwich if you are in that area, and also Planet Organic. And Planet Organic is great because my friend Ellie, who has the Kinda Co business, the vegan cheese, also sells there now, which is so cool. I've probably missed some off because it is wild how many are opening up in London at the moment, but this is just kind of like a starter guide for what is available or what I know is available. And if you have any others that you really think should be noted, please leave them in the comment section below. Okay, now that we have talked through the guide, let's get to the giveaway. So today I'm doing a giveaway with Grinbag. We haven't done one for a while because I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a break from doing these giveaways, but I thought today let's talk about one that we're going to do. And it's just super simple. All you need to do is follow Grinbag and myself on Instagram, and then you need to follow the link in the description below. And for Grinbag, head to their bag section and you need to choose which bag and which colour you want. And then go to the post on Instagram that I will be putting up and literally comment that, you know, colour and the bag down below. But you must follow the link in the description first. And that's it. So that will be going live today at the same time as this video. So make sure you head on over there. Again, I'll put a link for the post in the description below as well, so you can head there straight after heading to Grinbag's website. The giveaway is going to go for a couple of days, so that gives people plenty of time to to find this video and watch it and hopefully enjoy it and then go over to the giveaway. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope that you found it useful, and if you did, as always, please give it a thumbs up to support my channel and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.